Hello? Hey. What are you doing? Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Shalom.
This is Milltown Productions,
Yes.
and my name is Brandon.
My name's Jace.
My name is Jason.
This is one of our two Jasons, but he is a Jason. He's not the Jason. He is a Jason.
The Jason.
The A Sports.
Want you to
It's
make
in the game.
me feel like I'm the only Jason in the world.
I can get behind that song.
What are we doing today?
We are watching a show.
Yep.
Not just any show. What show?
Game of Thorns.
Hey.
I mean, he was close enough. Give him credit, guys.
Game of Thongs.
Damn it. Yeah, Game of... Wait,
That'd
no,
be a
what?
fun movie.
Oh, you're a little excited. Too excited for that one.
He said, yo, is that a thing, bro?
Can we make that one?
Oh, God.
No, but Lord of the Thongs is a movie.
Oh, my God.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Why?
We're watching Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Episode 3.
We are still in we're in the infancy of Brandon's journey through, oh, God.
Middle
the world
Earth.
of Game of Thirds. Game of Thrones. We've gotten through 2 episodes so far, and Brandon, you said so far there's not many people that you like.
Right.
But again, we've barely gotten to know many people. We know some that seem to be complete
Douchebags.
yeah. And that would be the Lannisters. So far, except for Tyrion, he seems pretty chill.
Yes.
Seems a bit different from the other Lannisters, not just in his height, but in his attitude as well. When it comes to the Stark family, is there anyone in there that you...
Like or dislike?
Yeah.
I don't... Well, I'll put it this way, right? I like Bran, obviously, because his name's Brandon.
Bias.
It kind of scared me for a minute there because I really liked him.
Yeah.
And then I thought he died. I was
Yeah.
like, this fucking show. So I like him.
He just woke up. The
Yes.
last thing we saw was him opening his eyes
Yup.
when the doggy died.
Yep. I like
poor
Ned
doggy.
Stark.
Okay.
I'm afraid to like Ned Stark. Well, Ned's not really the one I'm worried about right now because I feel like he's got like main character like energy. But
Like he's got plot armor.
yeah, exactly. But his bastard son,
Jon?
Yeah, Jon. I really like Jon.
Yeah.
He's who I'm worried about. So Bran, I really liked, and then I thought they were gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, I really like Jon too.
Well, now see,
I hope
John's
they don't kill him.
John's on his way to the wall right now.
Exactly.
To
The
Castle
Black
Black.
Castle, or yeah, the Black Castle.
Yeah. Which
Part of the watch.
Tyrion is with him right now, actually, Tyrion Lannister, because he
Yes.
said he wanted to go and piss off the edge of the world. But, you know, from what we've seen, there are creatures out beyond the wall.
yeah. We saw. They don't know.
Yeah. But, like, that's the reason why you might want to worry about Jon, because he's about to go and have to defend the rest of the realm,
Right.
basically, from these things.
Which I guess Ned, in a sense, has that same role, but I feel like that's such an important role that
Yeah.
it would be kind of dumb to have him come to the king's aid to be his like right hand, the
Yeah.
hand of the king, just for him to fucking die immediately.
Yeah.
So,
Well, speaking of the king, what do you think of Robert Baratheon, the king?
man, I like him in some ways. Like, I think he's a very likable character. He's
Yeah.
got he's funny, but also he kind of
He just likes to drink and fuck.
yeah, he likes to drink and fuck. A lot of talking about.
That sounds like Tyrion, though.
Well, yeah, that does sound like Tyrion. But this guy, Baratheon is constantly talking about his mistresses and shit like
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. I like him so far, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of weary of him. Ned really likes him. They seem to be best friends, so I'm going to
They-
trust his judgment for now.
They definitely have a history together.
They have a nice brotherhood.
Now, we also met another Baratheon, and that's Joffrey Baratheon. His,
What a bitch.
Yeah, his son with Cersei Lannister.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joffrey Malfoy.
Yeah. He's the reason why Lady got killed.
Yes.
He's
dog.
also the reason why the butcher's
Butcher's boy, got ran down by the Hound.
Yep.
Which kind of sucks because when we first kind of dealt with the Hound, he seemed kind of likable.
Yeah.
And then the next thing we know, he's just riding back with a dead kid on his horse. And he says the most smart-ass thing, like he ran not that fast,
Yeah. He was like, did you have to run down the butcher's boy? He ran.
Not that fast.
Not that fast.
God. And then who else? I mean, we haven't really dealt with the rest of the Stark family much. We saw Arya get her sword from Jon that he forged for her, Needle. And we see that she's a bit different she's like a tomboy kind of attitude.
Yeah, definitely.
We haven't seen much from Robb, the eldest son.
No.
Yeah.
And then Catelyn, Ned's wife.
I'm not really a fan of her so far.
Yeah, with the way she's treating Jon.
She treats Jon like shit.
Yeah. That's like why you gotta do that?
Yeah, and it's Catelyn.
Catelyn, yeah.
Why you gotta be so rude?
This is a message to all the Catelyns in the world.
Stop it. Get some help.
Be better.
Stop linen your cats.
All right.
Stop lending your cats.
Linen your cats.
Stop lending your cats.
Yeah. Cat linen.
Ah.
Cat linen.
I see what you did there, like John Lennon, but cat. Wait.
Sure, yeah.
Now, with Ned being the hand of the king now,
Right.
that kind of seems like a good duo. Because
Not if he's trying to jerk himself off.
What are you talking about now?
Because now you're the hand of the king.
oh my god, with Ned being the one to advise Robert, Ned seems to have his head on straight.
Yes.
To be a very wise person.
Oh, he's a very
I hope he doesn't end up with his head on backwards.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably one of the best people to be giving advice to the king. So
Yeah, I could see that.
it makes me wonder why there's 8 seasons. So we'll see what happens here. You guys ready to dive back in
Yes.
to Westeros?
Oh,
What if we start in Essos?
Well, actually, we haven't talked about Daenerys at all. Targaryen.
Um.
Her and her brother with the Dothraki.
Oh yeah, they like to show her boobies, and her brother likes to see her boobies.
Yeah.
Very, very weird.
It's not as forward as the Lannisters, but
Oh yeah.
But she did manage to take some control from Khal Drogo and make him happy in
That's
the last
true.
episode.
While in the same time feeling like she is contributing to their relationship in some way.
But now her whole thing is she believes that she should be able to come back to Westeros and
Right.
their family should be basically reinstated. Her brother thinks that he's the rightful king. You said that you did not agree with that.
Right.
That the Targaryens don't belong near the throne. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
We'll
I'd say
see.
the throne was won.
Yeah.
So now,
Which we learned it was because the Mad King beforehand was killed.
right, and then Robert says that Ned helped him win the throne. The Iron Throne is what he called it. Okay, the Iron Throne.
Yup, that's what he did.
They had to do the Iron Man Olympics, and he won.
Let's not. What?
Let's not waste any more time.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, stop wasting my time.
Welcome,
Qui-Gon.
Lord Stark.
Oh, never mind.
Grand Maester Pycelle has called a meeting of the small council. The honor of your presence is requested.
About time we had some stern northern leadership. The king shits and the hand wipes.
When I watched the Mad King die, I remembered him laughing as your father burned. It felt like justice.
Is that what you tell yourself at night?
Tell me, if I stabbed the Mad King in the belly instead of the back, would you admire me more?
You served him well. When serving was safe.
Dang, when serving was safe.
You served him well when serving was safe. Yeah, that's a good line.
I like Ned. I really hope that Ned gets to fucking execute him.
Jamie.
Yeah.
I've hoped to meet you for some time, Lord Stark. No doubt Lady Catelyn has mentioned me.
She has, Lord Baelish. I understand you knew my brother Brandon as well.
All too well. I still
Oh.
carry a token of his esteem. From navel to collarbone.
My brother instructs us to stage a tournament in honor of Lord Stark's appointment as Hand of the King.
How much?
40,000 gold dragons to the champion, 20,000 to the runner-up, 20,000 to the winning archer.
I'll have to borrow it. The Lannisters will accommodate, I expect. We already owe Lord Tywin 3 million gold. What's another 80,000?
Are you telling me the crown is 3 million in debt?
I'm telling you the crown is 6 million in debt.
How could he let this happen?
His Grace doesn't always listen.
Counting coppers, he calls it.
Whose sword is that?
Mine.
Give it to me. This is no toy.
It's called Needle.
A blade with a name. You know the first thing about sword fighting?
Stick 'em with the pointy end.
That's the essence of it.
I hate them. I hate all of them. The Hound, the Queen and the King, and Joffrey and Sansa.
Sansa will be married to Joffrey someday. She cannot betray him.
If you're going to own a sword, you better know how to use it.
You still don't remember anything?
No.
I've seen you climb 1,000 times. In the wind, in the rain. 1,000 times. You never fall.
I did, though.
Kid knows. He's just afraid to say it.
Have you lost your mind?
No one will come looking for you here. Isn't that what you wanted? I'm truly sorry about the locale.
Did you bring the dagger with you by any chance?
Bro, he pulls it out and just slices his throat. Oh.
There's only one dagger like this in all of the 7 kingdoms.
Lannister.
It's mine.
Yours?
At least it was. Until the tournament on Prince Joffrey's last name day. I lost this dagger.
To whom?
Tyrion Lannister. The imp.
Well, it obviously wasn't Tyrion who wanted him dead.
Do you think Ned Stark's bastard bleeds like the rest of us?
Oh! I guess we won't find out today.
He's a badass. Can you imagine how much of a badass you'd feel like?
Well, Lord Snow, it appears you're the least useless person here.
Lord Stark, a raven from Winterfell this morning.
Good news? Perhaps you'd like to share it with your wife.
My wife is in Winterfell.
Is she? I thought that she'd be safest in here. One of several such establishments I own.
You're a funny man. Huh? A very funny man.
Ned!
Yeah, that guy just shit himself.
Broke my nose, busted.
It's an improvement.
What you looking at, Halfman?
Halfman.
I'm looking at you. Very distinctive faces. All of you. I think they would look marvelous decorating spikes in King's Landing. Perhaps I'll write to my sister, the Queen, about it.
They hate me because I'm better than they are.
It's a lucky thing none of them were trained by master-at-arms like your Sir Roderick. I don't imagine any of them have ever held a real sword before they came here. Your brother Bran has woken up.
How could you be so stupid?
Calm down.
He's a child. 10 years old. What were you thinking?
I was thinking of us.
He tells his father what he saw.
We'll say he was lying. We'll say he was dreaming. We'll say whatever we like. I think we can outfox a 10-year-old.
I can't do anything without proof.
And if you find the proof?
Then I bring it to Robert. He still loves you.
Does he?
Jaime Lannister, son of the mighty Tywin. Forced to mind the door while your king eats and drinks and shits and fucks. Who was your first kill, not counting old men?
One of the outlaws in the Brotherhood.
Any last words?
I cut his head off, so no.
What about Aerys Targaryen? What did the Mad King say when you stabbed him in the back?
He said the same thing he'd been saying for hours. Burn them all.
I don't know why, but I love these moments of posturing.
Yeah.
With each other. Like,
absolutely. Like that tension that's there. But like the king's just like, I know that there's tension. I'm creating this tension.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, you know?
But then it's like when that tension is then reciprocated.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's kind of like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I don't know why I love those moments.
Tell them all to stop.
You want the entire horde to stop? For how long?
Until I command them otherwise.
You're learning to talk like a queen.
Not a queen. A Khaleesi.
You dare! You give commands to me. To me. You do not command the dragon. I am Lord of the Seven Kingdoms.
I knew it.
Please, please don't hurt him.
We're gonna have to skip the intro every time, or else it's just gonna be us singing it throughout the entire episode.
Yeah.
It's so fucking catchy, bro. This next episode, though, the one after this.
Yeah.
Is he?
You greedy dirtbag.
Uncle Benjen.
The little Benjen that could.
I'm leaving this morning. You're leaving? I'm the first ranger. My job is out there. I won't let you down. You're not going. But I'm better than every other. Better than no one. We'll speak when I return.
So, you're heading down to King's Landing too?
Aye. Day after tomorrow. I get about half of my recruits from their dungeons.
Let's share the road. I could use some decent company.
At Jaka. At Jahaka.
Sarisa Taka.
Chorizo
When was
tacos.
last time you bleed, Khaleesi?
What?
Uh-oh.
Pregnant.
Change Khaleesi. Me ashasava vesufun.
What?
The Khaleesi have baby inside her. It is true.
He said what?
She does not bleed for 2 moons.
2 whole moons.
I think they mean like cycles of the moon.
Yeah.
Don't stand so still. It's harder to hit a moving target.
Starks are always right eventually. Winter is coming. The Night's Watch is the only thing standing between the realm and what lies beyond. And it has become an army of undisciplined boys and tired old men. When winter does come, gods help us all if we're not ready.
Yeah.
She's been using Rosetta Stone.
He kind of turned it into a softie here for her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure he was just hard for a minute ago, but...
Okay. He's pissing
there
off the
we
wall.
go.
You literally see him holding his dick. Like,
Will you stop at Winterfell on your way south?
I expect I will. Gods know there aren't many feather beds between here and King's Landing.
If you see my brother Bran, tell him I'd visit if I could.
Of course. Take care, Snow.
Farewell, my lord.
But he just held his dick in that hand and pissed off the wall. And then shook his hand.
put her there, you son of a bitch.
You are late, boy.
Who are you?
Your dancing master, Sirio Forel.
Bob Ross?
Sirio Forel.
Tomorrow you will catch it.
It's too heavy.
It is heavy as it needs to be to make you strong.
What if I drop it?
The steel must be part of your arm. Can you drop part of your arm? No. You must listen to me, boy.
I'm a girl.
Boy, girl, you are a sword. You are not holding a battle axe. You are holding
a needle.
Ah.
That's bringing him back to the battle.
I'm glad you caught that. Because, like, he hears it turning into real swords, and it's, like, worrying him. Like,
yeah.
All
Damn,
right.
all right. That was a good episode. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I love that the episode was named Lord Snow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We did spend most of our time with Jon, I think.
Other than when they spent a little bit of time in King's Landing with the
Catelyn
Queen and then Ned and her old fucking stalker, who is like, oh, I could never deny anything of your wife.
Peter Baelish,
Yeah, Peter Baelish is a little bitch. And then Catelyn was like, you're a true friend. You're like, bro, he's literally still pining after you.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Literally right in front of Ned.
Right.
I could never deny your wife. And every time he talks to Ned, it's always like, oh, well, I used to want to fuck your wife.
Right. And I still do.
Yeah.
He's trying to get it.
But he mentioned that he has a scar from his belly button to his collarbone.
From her.
From Ned's brother.
Ned's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Because he tried to fight for Catelyn's honor.
Yep.
So...
His brother Brandon.
Yeah. Who is dead.
Yep. And his son, he named after his brother. But did his brother die before Bran was born, or did he die after?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Because they do use these names a lot.
The Mad King was alive. When the Mad King was alive.
When Brandon died. Right. But the Mad King...
Because he's the one that executed him.
But I think that isn't... So Baratheon has only been in power for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
No. It's been 17 years since the Mad King died, right? Because the Targaryen, the brother of Daenerys, I don't remember his name, said,
yeah,
I've waited 17 years to come back and take my throne over.
Yep. Yeah, and
Bran was alive.
Right.
No, because also we have to think about how long it's taken for Joffrey to grow up, because more than likely Robert didn't have Joffrey with Cersei until he became king.
Right, exactly.
And Joffrey is
like
11,
probably
12.
Joffrey's a little bit older than that.
Yeah, I think like 13 maybe 14.
So yeah, I mean, so he's been in power for a while.
Right.
By our standards, definitely.
Right.
You know?
I mean, he may not have been in power for those 17 years, though. They did have to battle it out for the throne somehow.
Yeah, we don't know how long the war for the throne lasted.
Right.
So I would love to see like
the war.
Yeah, like a mini series of that. Like have a young Ned and a young Robert.
Fuck yeah.
I think it's actually really cool that, because like how you mentioned, you didn't think that Ned would mind that Arya had the sword.
Right.
And now he's actually like set up a way for her to train with it.
Mm-hmm. But now that he's seen it, you could see the gears were turning, and he's like, oh, shit. I don't like this.
It like took him back, because he's like, I want her to be able to do what she wants to do.
Right.
But then he like remembers like, this is what sword fighting actually is. Like, it's actually very dangerous, and it's lethal.
Right.
But what's better? Her being able to defend herself?
Yeah.
Or let's say a man who knows how to use a sword comes up and kills her and she can't defend herself.
Because I mean, obviously, I think to him, he would rather it be that she wants to be a lady where she would be able to avoid these situations.
Yeah.
But since she doesn't want that, I think he understands. Well, then she needs to be prepared.
Right. But then also he's like, well, if I put her through all of this and she like learns how to use it, she might put herself in a position to where she.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, every woman in this show that dies wanted to stay out of sword fighting.
Well,
but that doesn't protect them.
We saw Jon Snow being a badass at the Wall.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, he's actually training the guys now himself.
Yeah.
Basically, like
he's definitely giving them some more like advanced training than they have.
That's really messed up that they tried to kill him just because he's better than them.
Yeah. Well, because he embarrassed him in front of everybody.
Really fucking embarrassed him. But I know that doesn't mean kill the guy.
Yeah.
Like, dang.
But I mean, back then it was kind of like, you pissed me off, so I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
You know, things were just kind of like that back then. But now we saw that we saw a lot of mutual respect between Tyrion and Jon.
Yes.
Where they were like, they both, because I think even though they're so different, they still have a similar background of like being hated for what they are.
Right.
So they respect that about each other. They know that they know that pain. So that was really nice.
I liked what was it, episode 1, when Tyrion said use it as armor so that no one could ever hurt you with it.
Yep. So we had we barely got to see any of Robert. We saw him being an ass.
Yeah, he was being a real asshole right
being a donkey.
And I mean, it was still a good scene. I liked it, especially when Jaime came in. Even though we hate Jaime as a person. As a character, he's still kind of interesting because again, that moment when he came in and delivered what he said to Robert, and Robert was kind of speechless, you know.
Yeah.
That
he said the same thing he'd been saying for hours. Burn them all.
Yeah. Which is kind of an insight into the Mad King a little bit for us. Because, like, we hear he's crazy, you know, he's been executing people. But then we hear that he's just been saying for hours and hours, burn them all. Like,
right. And he burned Ned Stark's brother and father.
Yeah.
Ugh. But that was a scene, too, because he's like, Ned was like, and you just stood there and watched. And then
500
Jaime
men.
was like, 500 men also stood there and watched.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But then, so, okay, think about it. This is kind of a debate question. When Jaime said, I saw it as a type of justice, you know, I remembered hearing your dad screaming when I stabbed him. Was that genuine, or was he just saying that to
get a rise out of him, maybe?
Basically, like, because obviously Ned was showing a bit of passive aggressiveness to him during that whole conversation, so maybe he was saying that as like a, you know, hey man, don't hate me as much. I did you a favor, basically. I got redemption for what happened to your family.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like it was sort of genuine.
It did seem like, because the way he said it to me, he was no longer posturing as we were seeing in all the other conversations and in the beginning of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he actually kind of looked Ned in the eyes and was like, I remembered hearing your dad screaming when I stabbed him, you know, like. But again, we've seen that Jaime's kind of a heartless asshole because man tried to kill a kid and then told Cersei, I will kill the kid, Ned, the king, everybody. Like,
until we're the last two people on the planet.
So,
and the way he tried to kill Bran, like he patted Bran down, is like, you're okay. Everything's
he said,
fine.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Not gonna hurt you. Boom.
Yeah.
right out the window. So yeah, that was very deceitful, Jaime. Yeah. Very deceitful.
I really liked the scene of the small council with Ned, his first time being hand, and he's hearing how much money they're in debt, and he's like, how the fuck?
How could he let this happen?
Yeah. That's what I want to know about Congress. How can we let this happen?
See, that's why I would love to have more scenes like that, to see Ned trying to repair this, because like I said at the beginning discussion, like, Ned's a wise person. He's probably the best person to have in there. So when he sees it in disarray like this, he's like, oh my God, like, what the hell, you know? Because, I mean,
agree.
when they talk about holding this tournament and they're like 40,000 to the winner, 20,000 to the runner-up, and
dude.
that's just insane.
He was like, what? You're telling me that we're $3 million in debt?
I'm telling you we're $6 million in debt.
But, I mean, like, how? I mean, we don't know how much. We don't know if that's a lot.
Dude, that's a lot. It's got to be.
But we don't know if that's a lot.
Because they said it's golden dragons, which I'm assuming is like gold coins.
I have a feeling that it's going to come through from this episode building towards the season finale. And then, like, as the season finale hits, basically it's just like, oh, guess what? Winter's here. And leave us on a cliffhanger where we, like, don't know exactly what's happening.
Well, because, I mean, again, like, the tagline's been winter's coming. We start off with the Starks. Their house words are winter is coming. Like,
right.
Plot twist. Winter never comes.
Turns out in the north it's always winter.
You know? I mean, it's snowing. It's winter.
Yeah.
It's Jon Snowing.
Oh, my God. Whenever Peter Baelish said, oh, well, we can borrow it from the Lannisters.
Yeah.
So the Lannisters kind of have a stranglehold on the kingdom by loaning the kingdom money.
But do they?
The kingdom is in debt to the Lannisters.
But the king technically could say, I don't owe you any money. What are you talking about?
I just think that the Lannisters could probably use that in a way to be like, hey, we're the reason why you're able to do this and this and this. So basically they could use leverage to get things that they want done.
And then the king has no more, like, source of income from them. If he was like, I don't owe you anything, then where's he going to get the extra money from after that? Unless he starts a war. The Lannisters have a lot of people backing them.
Taxes.
It kind of...
we see how that plays out.
The Lannisters
raise their taxes double.
Yeah. The Lannisters kind of already have a bit of a stronghold by Cersei being the queen.
Yeah.
But also taking money or loans from them.
Seems like a
It's
conflict
just-
of interest.
Yeah. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed watching this episode with us, and come back to watch the next episode and see what the fuck, and continue on this journey with Brandon as we lead him
Astray.
through the
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
The thrones of the game.
The Game of Thorns.
Game of Thorns. Game of Thorns.
Game of Thorns.
Bye.
We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, have a good time.
Bye. Have a bit of a time.
Hi, I'm Paul.